The support and generosity from viewers on this channel continues to amaze me. We've got the first mailbag of 2021, thanks to one of you, coming up next. You should remember our old friend Robert Harker from all the way back in video number 127 at the 2019 NAMM show.
I'm Robert Harker, and I'm here at NAMM.
We met up at the line array speaker demo and took a look at his capture setup for conveying speaker coverage and fidelity at the demos in video format to share with others on his YouTube channel. He also showed us some cool, simple solutions and affordable tools, some of which I still use daily. It was really a nice surprise the other day to open the mailbox and find a package from Robert, and he sent over some cool stuff for us to check out together as well. So let's check it out. So the first thing is this NPF battery voltage checker, and Robert writes in his letter, I've always detested the 4 LED charging indicator I find on most battery powered devices, like this charger here for NPF batteries is a great example of that. With this checker, Robert says he can see the actual voltage for less than $10 for this whole thing put together. He asks, is the checker useful or is it a solution looking for a problem? What do you think? Is it useful enough to find a place in my video bag? Yes, I think the answer to that after using it a little bit, Robert, is absolutely next to my charging station as well in my video bag. He says, as an aside, this is an open hardware DIY maker project of mine. I have no interest in manufacturing these devices. So let's check out how it works. You can see here on the standard cheapo NPF battery chargers and things, you just get this little 4-segment or 3-segment sometimes display, and you never really know how accurate that is or what it is alluding to when one of those drops or is filled, how much that actually equates to. So in his checker, it's much simpler. So really simple, elegant solution. I like it a lot. Let's take a quick look inside. If we can, it looks like there's some hot glue, or it may be glued in some part. So we'll see if we can open it up. Yeah, so he's glued the little board down, and this is just the sled with the contacts. And you can get these sleds for all different types of batteries, and then there's other sleds, I believe, as well for some of these that slide in on top of the NPF and will convert to charge things like this. So this is a battery for the Sony a6500. So yeah, this could be adapted to read voltages on a range of batteries, I would imagine. And that's pretty neat. Let me put it back together. Pretty cool. So next up, Robert points out the clear vinyl bag that he included, that he uses in his rigid pack-out cases to hold small items. He says he likes them over the traditional Shure mic bags that we all have tons of because you can see what's in the bag without opening it. That's pretty smart, actually. He says, I like that the bag lays flat and opens with a large flat top, so it's easy to dig around in. Not sure how the zippers and seams will hold up to daily use. He says it might be something you have to replace after a year or two of regular daily wear and tear. So that's really cool. Nice little tote bag and great way to get organized. It's always good to be able to see what's inside of your organizational solutions. I use these bins here to organize things in the shop because, yeah, it's easy to look inside and see what's in there at a glance and see if you got the right one. So I agree. This is a cool bag. I'll definitely use it and let you know how long it holds up. I'll try to link these below too. I'll try to link everything I can below. Obviously, this is an open hardware project, and if Robert has a link, I'll include that as well. Next up, now these I've seen before. I haven't had any, Robert says the 9-volt battery is USB charged. It plugs a hole in my battery charging setup. How to charge 9-volt batteries without carrying a dedicated 9-volt charger. I've been using one of my digital voltmeter for a couple of months and they seem okay. Your mileage may vary. I would be interested in your experience if you use it. Do you have any 9-volt gear that could test how long it lasts under load? I'll have to look around and see what I've got. I don't use a whole lot of 9-volt stuff anymore, honestly. The battery says 650 milliamp hours, but who knows? And that's charging. So have you used these before, anybody out there? Be interested to know if anybody has any experience with these particular ones. 9-volt lithium ion, 650 milliamp hour, 9-volt rechargeable battery. Interesting. Next up, let's dig in here. And I like these a lot. I've got a ton of reusable bags. This is a black nylon tote bag. Now, I won't open it all the way up because, unfortunately, it looks like the print on here has spoiled, and I don't want to get this all over the desk. But this is a black nylon overflow bag for a rollerboard. And Robert says, quite often I'm leaving gigs. I have some miscellaneous items that don't fit in the rollerboard. He came across these for less than $5 on eBay. This is a lightweight solution to bag your excess items. The side panel pocket slips over the handles of your rollerboard. He says it's compact and lightweight enough that it hides in the corners of your kit. And yeah, I agree. It's always good to have additional reusable bags on hand for anything. But thanks for that one, Robert. I'll clean off all that white printing gunk, and I will use this bag. I just got to clear all that stuff off first. Unfortunate that happened, but no big deal. It won't go to waste. These are really cool. Robert sent over some locking 3.5 millimeter connectors, and these are a locking 3.5 millimeter that has this nice metal boot. And Robert says the locking 3.5 millimeter plugs are spare parts of his. I got them for a project to adapt my Sony headphones to use a detachable cord. When I built my cable, they severely tested my soldering skills. I can imagine. Those are pretty tiny little posts. Let's see if I can get that on camera. Yeah, I've actually got a pair of Sony 7506s, and I've also got a pair of the original Audio-Technica ATH M50 before they were detachable, and I've thought about adding a locking detachable cable to both of those. So these actually might get used in a project coming up. So thanks a lot for those. Really interesting, and it'll be fun to see if I can solder those cleanly, especially on camera in a future video. And last but not least is a DSAN stereo LSP. Robert says, I saw this on one of your What's in Your Kit videos and liked it. Since then, I'd been looking for one on eBay, and when I saw a batch of them come up for less than half of what I was expecting to pay for just one, I bought two. By the time I realized that I only really needed the one, they had been shipped. I figure I would give you my extra. Enjoy. It's a nice unit with internal transformers. If you have no need for it, please use it as a giveaway on the channel. So thanks so much again to Robert. The generosity is just amazing, and I really appreciate you sending this in, and I will definitely pass this along to a viewer. I'll pull up the specs here real quick. Now, the DSAN LSP-2 is a stereo version of their LSP-1. It takes the laptop sound either from this 1/8-inch headphone jack or via a USB port. The LSP-2 changes the input to a balanced mic level signal and mates with standard XLR cables for left and right, or left plus right, combined into mono on the output. There's a ground lift available, and the LSP-2 has onboard volume controls, which is a nice feature. An output mute switch and loop-through monitoring for this headphone jack as well. Makes it really convenient if you need to take somebody's only headphone output on their laptop and they were expecting to use it. So really interesting and versatile little box here. These things go typically for around $80 brand new, it looks like online at the moment, and they come with a nice little bag. So if you've got a use for this specifically and you'd be willing to show us in a video if I sent this to you, let me know down in the comments below what you would use this LSP-2 for, if it would fill a hole in your kit, and I'll pick somebody out of all the replies to send it to. And thanks again to Robert so much for sending all of this stuff in. It's really amazing to get to know so many people that watch the channel and meet up with so many of you, including Robert, in person, to either make videos or just hang out and have a chat or whatever at these trade shows. I definitely missed that a lot this past year, and we'll definitely do it again in the future whenever we can. So that's it for this mailbag. If you've got questions, or especially if you've used any of this stuff, jump down in the comments and let us know what you think. This LSP-2, I forget what's in your kit this was in, so I'm gonna have to go back and check out, see who it was that had this. There were some pretty full kits with a lot of stuff, so gets hard to remember who had what. But this is a really neat one, and again, thanks so much to Robert for sending this all in, and I really appreciate the thoughtful letter and the help making a video. It's always cool, and I encourage anybody that wants to do so in the future, either with a what's in your kit or sending in weird oddities and projects like this. And I'm happy to return anything you send in if it's something you need back, obviously. So thanks for watching. Thanks to everybody who supports the channel. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe if you enjoyed the video and want to see more of these. I'll see you again real soon.